Hi, I'd like to talk to you today about our good friends at Howe Manufacturing. You've been seeing their fine shirts each and every week here on the King of TV Bowling. Well, now with softball and baseball coming up, you can find all your needs at Howe's with professional lettering and uniform service. They're located on Spring Grove Avenue, and their phone number is 541-2505.
High atop the Queen City's Seven Hills lies Western Bowl, the plush recreation facility in Cincinnati that houses the world-famous Honkey Classic. This 46-week bowling tournament has, for each of the past 13 years, paid out over $2.5 million to non-professional league bowlers. Thanksgiving weekend, the Super Honkey, a 3-day single-game elimination tournament, entertains scratch bowlers and features a first prize of $100,000. Bowlers the world over have participated in the Honkey Classic the past 51 years. For information, call 1-800-543-4010.
Mike Crail, Ron Holliday, those are the two players we're about to watch in match number 2 here in week number 9. This is the open division. 189 division is over. These are the top fuel eliminators right here, and you'll see a difference in the way the pins go down.
This guy is some kind of big-time cranker, and he's got a big-time crowd behind him. Of course, this is his home lanes here at LaRu, averaging 220.
I was talking to Glenn earlier, and
Glenn Schmidt, of course.
Yes, Glenn Schmidt, and this is his house. And he said that he is one of his house bowlers, and he bowled that score on the very first shift of the day on fresh oil, Jen.
Is that right?
So he should be at home with this condition.
Ron Holliday, of course, my scorekeeper in the Greater Cincinnati Women's Bowling Association City Tournament yesterday.
Get out.
Giving me a few pointers. That wasn't one of them, however. Although I think I did that once.
Ooh. Well, we wish Ron a lot of luck in recuperating from an early miss early on, especially when your opponent starts with a strike. And the only way to offset that is by stringing a few. And
Ron, by the way, is an excellent spare shooter. Just a total lapse in concentration there.
5'10", averaging into the twos, I believe. A high 236, but he's a 190-pound player, and he looks very svelte for 190.
You bet. Jessica and Megan, hello to them, Ron's children, and of course his wife Lori. Mike Crail, age 35, 6'2", also weighing in at 190. His children, Michelle and Heather, and Jennifer.
Right-hand lane, the left deals a strike. 10 in the pit, every pin doing its job, and we see power right now, Jen. This man.
Guy is fantastic. The roll on his ball is just annihilating them pins. Again, averaging 220. Had the 740 first shift. 15th appearance, however, that's not on this show. It's on another show that's in the northern Kentucky area. And he has the coveted 300 game to his credit.
And a coveted 21-pin lead at this point. Only 2 frames in the bag. Power,
listen to this crowd, David. They are going crazy for Mr. Mike Crail.
Check them out, huh? Let's take a look at this one. You're going to see it coming right at you, folks. Look at the rotation, the lift out onto the lane. What a great shot. Transition into the 1-2 pocket. Cleanly knocks out all 10 pins. He's got to answer with one, and he does.
Ron Holliday is capable of taking this game all the way out. If he's lined up and he feels comfortable, he can definitely do some damage to Mr. Crail. But Mr. Crail, with the 3 strikes to start off, already has a lead.
31 pins early. But again, if Ron can get on the striking train and just keep it dialed in to number 10, he can make up some ground, but you've got to carry those kind. A heavy shot which trips out the 6-10 late. You got to have it. Let's watch as the ball cuts right through the head pin, takes it straight back. That'll be the 3-pin right there going to the right-hand side of your screen, nudging out the 6 and the 10 late. That's the way you do it. Wow. A little bit too much loft that time, Jen.
Yeah, he did get a little too far down the lane. Of course, the ball not coming back quite far enough. The crowd is quiet for the moment.
I'd like to say, well, I'll let you bring this up, but the coveted 800 series several weeks ago, we talked about it. We congratulated you, the first woman ever in Cincinnati to roll one. And you set the stage, it looks like, because someone shot another one. Why don't you tell us about it?
David, truly, I had a feeling that this was going to happen after I shot mine. Less than, well, I would say about 6 weeks later. Congratulations to Carol Higgins. Got 8-0-0 on the nose, bowling out at Stones lanes.
Well, they're both one of our BPA
266, 277, and 257. And like I said, I had a feeling that this was going to happen.
You set the pace, and they're going to pick it up, and these two bowlers are not leaving anything on the bench. They're bringing it all to the lanes. Let's see if we can capture the moment. There is power, ladies and gentlemen. The 1-2 pocket filled up. Everything just disintegrates. 10 in the pit. These guys are now tuned in. Stand back and watch.
Wow. Ron Holliday's getting on a roll right now, just as I said, posting the big turkey there.
Well, he's age 28, averaging 236. Yeah, everybody salivate a little bit. Qualifying score 711. His second TV appearance, 1995 Cincinnati singles champion.
And that's big because there's some fantastic Cincinnati players working on 3 here. Ooh, wow, really sent that one wide, David.
Goes way wide, gets it into the no zone, we call it. And once it gets to the no zone, you have no roll, no hook, and you leave atrocious spares like the 1, the 3, and the 7.
That'll be interesting to see how Ron is going to shoot this. Whether he's going to go from the right and try and careen it into the 7. Nope, he opted to shoot it from his angle, from his strike angle. Going by, that's going to really leave a big opening here for Mike Crail now. He should be able to jump all over that.
The power players, Jen, and we'll see if it holds to be true here. The power player, when they have an open, seems to just reach back for a little extra. So if anything, this ball is going to have more revolutions and maybe a little more speed. Yep.
Wow.
He threw it further out in the lane, kicked it up 1 revolution, almost carried the Wally, but he's got the 10-pin yet to shoot.
You were right. Heavy-duty adrenaline flowing
Absolutely.
right there.
Could see the veins throbbing in his neck, Jen.
Mike's wearing some of that ABC jewelry for some of his accomplishments. Again, the ABC, what a great organization, and the WIBC, they recognize you for your accomplishments, and we really need them in the sport.
Great organization, and we have some of the red coats here this week, as we do each and every week. As you look at the Miller BPA scoreboard, 119 to 104 at the big open, though, for Mr. Holliday in the 6th frame could make a huge difference here coming down the stretch. Trailing by 27.
That was high, right out of his hand, David.
Actually leading by 27, I'm sorry. Yes, it was, Jim.
Really set that ball in. Started rolling very early. Didn't really even have a chance to go to the Brooklyn side.
Well, part of his bio tells us that when he needs to strike and he wants to concentrate, right here is a spare, he's trying to really look at what's going on, and leaves the 2-pin. Very difficult, Jen. And
again, an opening.
Well, you're starting to scramble now. You hit a couple opens. What do you do to try to regroup?
Well, I think the most important thing always is just to watch your mark. If you can get to your mark and stay clean, you're going to win games.
Well, let's see if they can follow your advice and stay to it. Stay slow to the line, get through the ball, and the 1-2 pocket filled up and trips out the 6 late.
Trips the 6. This is going to be a great ending here because these are 2 very professional bowlers. The all-important frames coming up, and Ron is just putting it to it, setting it up.
Well, the replay will tell you, keep your eyes on the 3 pins, second one from the middle. There it goes to the wall, kicks out the 6 and the 10 late, but the reaction tells you that it's all worth it.
With a double here, he can get right in this match just to be down by a couple pins. that time not getting the good reaction he needed on that 6-pin, Dave.
A big sigh of relief or frustration, I'm not sure which, but did get the ball in and leaves the spare right away, the opponent not wanting to watch.
So Ron's going to be down by about 13 pins. His 8th frame already posted. Mike can really put some pressure on him here. With these 2 frames coming up, the 8th and 9th.
13 pins. Mike Crail leads by 13. He's on the right-hand lane. Let's see if he can deliver a strike, and if he does, it'll really put it out in front, and that's one of his best shots of the match.
Absolutely, labeling the pocket. All 10 pins are gone. Look at this great extension out in the line. Look at this. Really gets that ball out. Has a little hop step.
That ball's probably 12 inches high as it's crossing the line. I mean, it's really up there.
And it gets about 4 or 5 revolutions before it even hits the lane, David.
Power players, they're all over the place. This gentleman is right there. Hangs up on his thumb a little bit, pulls the ball in the critical 9th frame. That was the put-away shot there, Jim.
That was very fortunate not to leave 4-6 also, Dave.
Yes, he's got 13 pins. He had the strike in the 8th, so there's a good chance he can keep it. But he loses the advantage going into the 9th and 10th frame. Mike Crail needs a spare. He makes it.
Well, Ron Holliday can actually go out here for a 2-12 game just by posting his 9th and 10th frames full.
If he gets the first 3, he will force Mike Crail to double in the 10th. Big strike right here.
There it is. Ron is just such a clutch player. Listing his most important match with us was the year that he beat Rick Pollard in the Super Hoinky.
What a shot. 9th frame, the critical building block. You can't ask for one better than that now. He's going to bear down. He's going to have to reach inside for a little extra on this shot. Let's see if he takes his time. He does. This has got to be there. He spun the ball off his hand, Jen.
David, it seemed to me he needed to pick up a little bit better on that left-hand lane. It seemed like it was just a little bit more tight for him. Possibly didn't make a good adjustment on that lane.
He might have combined 2 things, the adjustment and then the spin around with the hand or topping the ball, which delayed the roll a little too long. The match still isn't mathematically over, but he needs to fill here with a good count. And Mike Crail is going to have to
just get some good count, 8 or so.
Going to have to go to the line anyway, right? Well, it's a good way to finish by flushing the 1-2 pocket out and leaving the 7-pin. But quite frankly, the way both players started out, I thought we'd see a little better or a higher score than 191.
Of course, our king right now reigning is Charlie Standish.
Okay, we need a 9 count to win or 8 and 1 out. What's it going to be?
Oh, and he goes right through the nose. How scary for Mike Crail.
Wow. That's where you don't want to go.
That
when you really
is
need it.
for sure.
Even if he misses this, that'd be 193 out. His opponent already in with 191. So Mike Crail is the winner of game number 2, and he will go on to the championship match.
David, again, Charlie Standish, our king. Very flamboyant, a lot of fun. A really great guy. He even came back and bought us a couple Pepsis.
Yeah, you gotta love him, huh? You gotta love him. I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, too, he remembered, too, last week, he told us, he says, if you want to mic me, go ahead. So we brought the wireless mic today.
That's great.
Charlie's practicing with it on him right now, and
Good.
if he likes it, we're going to have it in match number 3, so stay tuned. Mike Crail is going to go on to the championship match, winning with a 204 over 191. Stay with us. We're going to talk to our king, or he's going to talk to us, I should say.
You bet.